Somebody keeps calling and ruining this video. So at any rate, the Queen never gave an interview. Prince Charles did, Diana did, to push back on the royals. And look at the aftermath effect that had. It led to the divorce that she never wanted, but yet she always followed her heart and her gut was right. Now, the Queen, to me, always looked like she wanted to punch somebody in the face. And I'm a 52-year-old lady. I'm not unintelligible. She just looked very stoic and scorned. And, you know, Harry did mention in his book that Wallace Simpson and David were brought back to England to be buried, and they were very tied up with Hitler. Very tied up with Hitler. Philip's mother was also named Alice, and she was in an insane asylum for years. A hidden secret. There was the Queen Mother, Elizabeth's mother, and King George the 5th or 6th, which they called Bertie, and he died at 52. Now, Queen Elizabeth never would have been queen if David hadn't advocated the throne, so that's another royal aftermath. All these decisions have aftermaths. And human beings do not, it's not history that repeats itself. Sting said it best. History will teach us nothing, because it's human beings that repeat the history. History doesn't repeat itself. So anyways, he was talking about the Queen and how the press releases were saying that he was saying horrible things about the Queen, but you've got to put things into context. Even when it was brought up about Harry being a racist and unconscious bias. I want to talk about unconscious bias because we have unconscious bias toward everything and not just race. Unconscious bias is what you grew up with and what triggers you as an adult, and also what you've been fed as a child. So I'll be back again with another little royal rant about Omid Scobie. So I took little clips from ITV. I'm going to try to put together a full long video because, you know, also Harry said in the book, the Queen brought them back and it was almost like the last flip to them. But do you know when David advocated the throne, he had security, Wallace had security, they hung around Hitler, okay? And the Queen brought them back. Now, he was a traitor, but she brought him back. And when Harry said it was the last flip, well, it's interesting to me that Harry always used to date blondes, always. And when somebody asked his friend, you know, he was saying, well, Chelsea's from Zimbabwe. And he said, well, what's it like to date somebody from Africa? And he said, well, she's not black or anything. Well, excuse me, but when Diana was dating Dodi Fayed and the father's name was Momo, and she said, that's funny, haha. Did you watch the movie The Queen with Helen Mirren? Did you watch Diana with Naomi Watts? Probably not. I was in the wheelchair lots of times to research this. They were racist about the future king's mother being with a blank. So, my mother and her boyfriend are having a ball. Okay, I'll be back. Keep care of yourselves. I'll do the same. And if you've never been to this channel before, thank you for watching, enjoying. Hit a like and subscribe. Smash the subscribe button. It's as easy as getting a friend request. It costs you nothing. And when you hit subscribe, what I'm going to do if I ever monetize on this channel, it's going to the community. Let me tell you, it ain't going to me. And I will never have super thanks, Patreon, PayPal, nothing. And I'm on change.org in my fight against changing the, oh no, another time I'll talk about it, but this is where royals are, and we are part of the Commonwealth. Canada is part of the Commonwealth. And Megan living in Canada for a year, and it costs $33 for British Columbia taxpayers, $30 million for British Columbia taxpayers. The Royal Grift found all the paperwork. And if you pay for the paperwork under public records, you can find anything. And that's what I'm going to start to do. Content of substance. But I still have to put up my silly videos. But I joined a theater group. So it's going to be great. I can do all my silliness at the theater group. I can work for the VON. And I can continue with Royal Pushback Aftermath and L&L Soul Sisters. I'm a happy camper.